The pharma and healthcare sector, India's medicine cabinet to the world. India is the largest maker of generic drugs on earth, and about a third of its pharma exports go to the United States. That single fact shapes everything, because it means the US regulator, the FDA, holds enormous power over these stocks. Let's learn the sector's unique fundamentals, its technicals, and its strategies. Company names are examples only. First, understand that pharma is really several different businesses under one label. The first is US generics, making low-cost copies of off-patent drugs to sell in America. It's high margin, but it carries the twin risks of FDA regulation and relentless price competition. The second is domestic formulations, branded medicines sold here in India. This is a steady, defensive, brand-driven business, much safer than the US game. The third is active ingredients and contract manufacturing, the API and CDMO businesses that supply other drug makers. This is a big China plus one structural winner. And the fourth is healthcare services, hospitals and diagnostic testing chains, which are really a domestic consumption growth story rather than a drug business. A company focused on US generics is analyzed very differently from a hospital chain, so always know which pharma you're looking at. What moves pharma? Four forces. The first, and the biggest swing factor, is USFDA action, inspections, approvals, and warning letters. A single regulatory outcome can move an exporter's stock by 20%. The second is US price erosion. The American generics market is brutally competitive, and prices grind steadily lower, constantly pressuring the margins of Indian exporters. The third is the China plus one shift, a genuine tailwind for the ingredients and contract manufacturing businesses as the world diversifies its drug supply chains toward India. The fourth is domestic growth, rising incomes, expanding health insurance, and an unfortunate rise in chronic disease all drive steady, defensive demand in the home market. Now, the metrics that let you value these businesses. Pharma has its own special metrics, and the first one dominates all others. It is the USFDA status of a company's factories. Because so much revenue comes from America, a bad inspection, a Form 483, a warning letter, or an import alert can halt new approvals and hit revenue overnight. A single warning letter has cratered many a pharma stock. This is the number one risk to track. The second is the approvals pipeline, the count of ANDA filings and approvals, which are the pending applications to sell generic drugs in the US. A rich pipeline is the growth engine. The third is the revenue mix, how much comes from the US, from India, and from ingredients or emerging markets. US business is high margin but regulatory risky. The domestic business is steady and defensive. The fourth is R&D spend, which fuels tomorrow's pipeline, alongside gross margins and the constant threat of price erosion in the crowded US generics market. On the chart, pharma behaves in a distinctive way. Track the Nifty Pharma and Nifty Healthcare indices for the sector trend and its relative strength versus the market. Remember, it is a defensive sector. People need medicine in every economy, so it often holds up when cyclicals fall. In a risk-off market, check whether pharma is leading a flight to defensives. But individual pharma stocks are famously news-driven. An FDA outcome or a big approval can gap a single stock 10 or 20% overnight, regardless of the index. So here, stock-specific chart levels matter as much as the sector. And like IT, These are dollar earners, so a weaker rupee is a quiet tailwind for the whole sector. How do you play pharma sensibly? 4 strategies. First, favor the leaders with a clean FDA compliance record. Fewer regulatory surprises means fewer sleepless nights and fewer sudden crashes. Second, lean on the domestic side, India-focused pharma, plus hospitals and diagnostics, which offers steadier, defensive growth with far less US regulatory exposure. Third, ride the structural theme, contract manufacturing, the CDMO business, and active ingredients, or APIs. As the world diversifies supply chains away from China, the China Plus One shift, Indian makers benefit for years. Fourth, a contrarian entry, when a genuinely good company is oversold on an FDA issue that is likely resolvable, that fear can create a patient long-term opportunity. But only for quality, a weak company with FDA trouble can stay broken. In pharma, compliance quality is your compass. Before the risks, let's turn this into a practical checklist for any pharma stock. 5 steps. Step 1. Check the FDA status of all the company's key plants first, because one troubled facility can sink the whole stock. Step 2. Assess the revenue mix between the high-margin but risky US business and the steady, defensive domestic business. Step 3. Look at the approvals pipeline and R&D spend, which together tell you the future growth. Step 4. Watch the gross margins for signs of US price erosion pressure eating into profits. Step 5. And above all, prefer a company with a clean compliance track record over one that merely looks cheap. In pharma, compliance quality beats a low price every time. Now, the traps to avoid. Now the traps unique to pharma. The first, assuming a pharma stock that has fallen hard is automatically a bargain. If it fell on an unresolved FDA warning letter, its revenue and its stock can stay depressed for years until the issue is fixed. Check the compliance status first. The second, believing a large US pipeline guarantees growth. The US generics market is brutally competitive, and constant price erosion can eat those gains. A pipeline only helps if margins survive. The third, thinking that because pharma is defensive, every pharma stock is safe. The sector is defensive, but an individual company that depends on one FDA-troubled plant is anything but safe. Diversify and mind the plant risk. Respect the FDA, respect price erosion, and pharma rewards you. Pharma, in one breath. The USFDA status of the factories is the number one metric. A warning letter can crush a stock, so watch it above all. Also track the approvals pipeline, the revenue mix, R&D spend, and US price erosion. It's a defensive sector, but individual stocks gap violently on FDA news, and a weak rupee helps the whole group. In strategy, favor clean record leaders, the steadier domestic and hospital names, and the China Plus One contract manufacturing theme. Next, a very cyclical sector, autos.